when she gets back to her place. You might need like a block or a pillow or something, just because we're gonna stay low and just kind of do chill tonight. So we're gonna come to our hips and come all the way down to a flat back on the mat. So soles of the feet come flat to the mat. Hands are out on our sides. And so the back of the head is in touch with the mat. We're kind of just gonna sway those legs left and right, getting a release in that low back.
Okay.
Oh, I'm actually, just in case Maggie pops on, I'm going to throw you on mute just so that there isn't any feedback noise for her. And just feel free to follow along if you have any questions. Just wave at me, unmute yourself, and holler. Sway these legs left and right. Then we're going to pull those knees in towards the chest, hands to the knees. Kind of tuck those knees up towards the chin, pulling the low back off of the mat. And then let the knees come a little bit out from the chest. Low back comes back to the mat. Then pull the knees in towards the chest. And out. In and out. This last time that the knees are in, keep them there, but release the hands, activating through the tummy and the hip flexors. The hands reach up over the face, elbows tap the knees. From here, we're going to release that right arm and that right leg up overhead, the right leg long. The left knee is staying tapped to the left elbow. Then we're going to pull that right arm back up towards the sky, the right knee back towards the right elbow, and extend the left arm and the left leg. Then pull it back in. Left arm back up, pulling the elbows towards the knees, knees to the elbows. Take one more on each side, pulling the right leg long, right fingertips long. Pull that right knee back in towards the right elbow. Left arm long, left leg long. Pull the left elbow back towards the left knee. Then from here, we're going to let those legs come back, knees straight up towards the sky, soles of the feet flat to the mat, and sway those legs left and right again. Waking up a little bit on the front side body, the abdomen, the hip flexors. Then bringing the knees back towards the ceiling, tuck those knees into the chest again, reach those heels up towards the sky, getting a stretch in the back of the legs. So bring the hips flat to the mat, heels stacked right over the hips. Pull those toes towards the hips. The heels are pressing towards the sky. Backs of the legs should feel like there's a stretch there, even without pulling the hands there. Then I want you to find the hands behind the legs somewhere that's comfortable. I don't want the low back to peel up off of the mat. I want you to peel the low back to the mat. Hands may become lower on the legs, that's okay. But keep those hips in contact with the mat. Working out that low, low back, decompressing after likely sitting so much today. You're going to tuck those heels towards the butt, hands up over the head, and then rock forward and back along the spine. Maybe hands come behind the legs or the arms stay up overhead, whatever is comfortable. We're going to rock all the way up into a seat. Crisscross those legs at the top of the mat. Coming into an easy seat. Good, so the knees are wide. You might have one, so you have your right leg in front. Notice that that's probably your dominant side. If we switch up sides, the other will feel a little bit more awkward. So we're gonna just twist over to that left side. So the right hand comes to the left knee. Gaze is over that left shoulder. And notice if those shoulders are leaning back. Try to stack those shoulders right on top of the hips. Yeah. Anchor yourself with that left hand. And then switch it up. Bring the right hand or the left hand to the right knee. Twisting the other direction. Inhale and exhale. We're going to take one more on each side here. So twist over to that left side, right hand to the left knee. Keep those shoulders stacked over the hips. And then switch it up, twist to the other side. Gaze over that right shoulder this time. Good, come back through center. We're gonna pull these feet together in front of us. So coming into Baddha Konasana diamond shape. Soles of the feet together, knees are wide still, kind of in a butterfly shape here. Shoulders stacked over hips. And then we're gonna just take this right knee and flip it inward to come to the sole of that left foot. Yeah, so the knee kind of just tucks into the sole of that left foot. Now we're gonna walk these hands behind us. And we're gonna walk over to our left side and kind of frame those shoulders towards that right knee. And I want you to pull those shoulders back and away from that hip. You're probably getting a stretch in the quad here, that hip flexor, maybe, depending on how tight we are. Pull those shoulders down and back. Oh, you have a question?
Am I doing this right? I don't feel stretch.
Do you feel it?
No, I don't feel stretch anywhere.
You know, so that might just mean that you have open hip flexors here. Pull your hands over to the other side and frame your left leg with your shoulders. Do you feel anything there?
Feel it in my back, my lower back a little bit this way.
So you might just have loose hip flexors and quads, because normally if someone's doing this and they have tight, so this framing that left leg, I'm feeling it in my right hip. So if you're not feeling that, that just means that you're a little bit more open than usual, which is awesome. There's nothing wrong with that. So we can come back up. We're gonna twist over towards that left leg. So the right hand comes to that left leg. Yeah, I'm countering you. So just come to the other side and make sure those shoulders again are stacked over the hips. Gaze is over that left shoulder. And counter, twist towards the other side. That left hand comes to the right shin, and we're twisting the other direction. And one more twist, a different variation in the legs. Pull this right leg on top of the left. Yeah, that left knee right there. Just stack the shins on top of each other and twist over to that left side again. Gaze over that left shoulder. So every inhale, imagine lengthening through the crown of the head, getting longer in the spine. Every exhale, imagine someone twisting your shoulders, your spine, just a little bit more to the left side. So the breath is really important in any yoga practice, in any movement. So we're gonna come back around, take our hands behind the hips, kind of sway those legs left and right like we were doing when we were flat on our back. And then we're gonna pull those knees open into our Baddha Konasana butterfly shape again, like we began. We're gonna take that same sequence on the other side. And you might feel more sensation on this side than you did the other. So that right or that left knee comes into the inner sole of that right foot. There you go. Yeah, and then we're gonna walk those hands behind us. And then walk it over to frame, we're gonna frame this left leg first. So pulling the shoulders to frame that left leg. Yeah. Do you feel that one at all? No?
Not really. I don't know if I'm doing it right.
No, you're doing it right. Walk those hands to the other side and just see, like, walk your hands back and forth and see if you find a space where you feel any opening in the hips or the quad. If you don't, it doesn't mean there's anything wrong with you. It just means that you have looser hips and quads. It's fine. Are you an athlete? Do you play any sports?
No, I just work out, usually stretch.
Okay. Well, if you stretch, it's a good start, because a lot of people don't do even that.
Yeah, I can almost split.
Wow, that's pretty impressive. That's awesome.
Thanks.
Yeah, if you can almost split, that means that your quads and your hamstrings are already in pretty good shape, so I'm not surprised that you don't feel this one. So you can walk those hands back up, pull the shoulders back up over the hips. And we're going to twist over to that right leg. Left hand comes to the right leg, twist it over that right shoulder. We're going to twist it over to the other side. That right hand comes to the left shin, gaze over that left shoulder. Then come back to center. Just keep that right leg where it is. Pull that left shin on top of the right leg and twist it over one more time. Over to the right side. And over to the left. Hands come behind our hips and we sway those legs left and right. And now from here, I want you to bring those feet about hip width distance, but even a little wider. Knees are bent up, feet aren't super in close. They're pretty far out here. Yeah, so hips, yep, bring your feet a little bit forward, even more. You should be pretty like just chill. Like if you removed your hands, you could stay up right here. Cool. So we're gonna bring those elbows out, hands to our waist, and then we're gonna bring the elbows to the inner thighs. There you go, yeah. Funky, but if you squeeze those legs together, you're gonna open through the traps, or the triceps, and then the rhomboids on the back. Do you feel that in your back and your shoulders?
Yeah, this feels great.
Yeah, this is a really good one. Really nice one.
Are your hands touching each other or are they on your sides?
Nope, my hands are, so I'm taking the tops of my hands to the, like if I put my hands on my waist, all I'm doing is flipping the top of my hands to my waist.
Oh, that's even better.
Yeah, yeah.
That's cool.
You want you to tuck it into the chest to kind of take a, as if we're taking a cow here, we're arching the spine and pulling the middle vertebrae of the back towards the back of the room, kind of tucking that belly button away from the front of us, towards the back, chin to the chest. You might feel it even more than. Making sure you're breathing, hold that breath. Those arms forward, up, and out. You're going to tuck those legs in, rock over those knees, and come to a tabletop. So Thursday, I call it Thursday therapy. By Thursday, everyone's going to be dead, and they don't really want to do that much physical effort. So this one is just a really nice stretch out class. So we're going to come to a table, a little bit of movement. So I want you to measure shoulder width distance by bringing the inner, the hands inward. The tips of the middle fingers are touching. Yeah. And then bring those down beneath the shoulders. Middle fingers are touching. So that's your shoulder width distance. And keep the palms on the mat and twist those fingertips towards the top of the mat. So you're just rotating the palms from fingers inward to fingers forward. Yep, there you go. Nice, facing the top of the mat. So that's your shoulder width distance. That's how you measure. Tops of the feet are down, shins are down, knees are right beneath the hips. We're going to take some cat-cow. So we're going to tuck those toes, lift the tailbone, pressing the belly button down towards the mat like we're flattening a pancake beneath our tummy. Our shoulders are going to pinch together like we're pulling a pencil between our shoulders on the back body. Heart center pulling forward and gaze up. It can feel kind of awkward if you're new to it. We're going to exhale, untuck the toes, tops of the feet down, chin to the chest. And that string that I was talking about attached to the middle vertebrae of the back is pulling up towards the sky now. So you're arching the back, you're afraid of the mat like a cat would be afraid of the ground. And we're going to inhale, take that cow, toes tuck, chest forward, belly down, gaze up. And then exhale, take our cat, tuck the belly to the spine. Spine pulling towards the ceiling, chin to the chest. Come back to a neutral table. We're going to tuck those toes, press those hips back towards the heels. Hands stay wide So the fingers are wide, hands stay where they are, but fingers spread wide, and we're pressing into the hands. So I'm really pressing through my hands to press my hips back. Then imagine someone pulling your hips up and back. Knees are bent. Pressing into the toes, hands. Bend those knees and press. There we go. Nice. That's an awesome down dog. Awesome. Knees are bent. We're going to ripple, come high onto the tiptoes. Don't move the hands, but activate through the abdomen. Knit the ribs together. We're just going to hover those knees back down beneath the hips. Yep, back to our table. We're going to take a couple of those. So keep the toes tucked. Press the hips back. Up and back. And take it to our down dog. Nice. Awesome alignment there. Now come high on the tiptoes. Ripple down. Knees come back to the mat. Untuck the toes. And then we're going to inhale this left elbow towards the sky. So we're twisting in the spine towards the left side. Notice that right ear and right shoulder pull together. Try to pull that right shoulder down towards the right hip on the right side of the body. Good. Then maybe we extend that left hand up over the left elbow if we feel like we can. And then circle that left arm out a couple times, reaching back towards our hip, forward, and up towards the sky. And then switch directions, take it in the other direction. Reaching forward, down, back, up, forward, down, back, and up. Now from here, I want you to lace this left hand underneath the right arm, pulling as far to the right side as you possibly can. Once you can't reach any farther, I want you to bring the left shoulder and the left ear all the way down to the mat. That left arm continues to reach, and then that right hand can either come towards the top of the mat or around to the left hip. Let me come check you out here. This one's can be funky. Yeah, nice. So those hips, perfect. You've done yoga before, haven't you?
Yeah.
Yes.
This is good.
Yes, this is an awesome twist. Cool.
Are you a yoga instructor?
I'm sorry?
Are you a yoga instructor?
Yes, this is what I do.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I love it. I actually, my first yoga class was with the SLU Yoga Club. I went to SLU. I went to SLU grad.
You graduated from SLU?
Yeah, 2018.
Oh dang, you're an adult.
Yeah.
I thought you for some reason.
So we're in this twist here. If your hand extended, you can bring that right back beneath the right shoulder. Inhale that left arm back up by pressing into the right hand. And then bring it back down. We're going to tuck those toes, take one of those ripples. So pressing the heels back, down dog, hips up, come to the tiptoes, tuck the ribs into the front of the body. So we're knitting the ribs together. Lower the knees back down to our table. We're going to take it the other side. I'll flip around. Let's do my back here. So lifting the right elbow up, backing the right elbow over the right shoulder. So what I'm saying here is the elbow or the shoulder and the ear like to pull together, trying to keep that space in the neck area. Then maybe extend that right hand up over the right shoulder. Getting this twist. And then reach this right, oh, sorry, no, we need to take some circles. So we're gonna circle this arm, forward, up and back, down, forward, up and back, and take it the other direction. Try to keep that table, but with 3 legs, the arm and the 2 knees. Then bring this right arm back up towards the sky. Reach it underneath the left arm. Reach as far as you can. Underneath that left arm with that right hand, right shoulder, right ear, come all the way down. And this left arm either comes up overhead or it comes around to the right hip. Wherever you are, release that left hand, bring it back beneath the left shoulder. Inhale, pull this right elbow back up twist and bring that right hand back down beneath the face. We're gonna tuck those hips back towards the heels. And I really want to take you through some shoulder flossing. Do you have anything like a belt or a blanket or anything in your room?
Yeah. This guy.
Perfect.
It's plastic. Is that okay?
So I want you to take it, we're not going to come all the way out, but I want you to take it to like halfway between shoulder width and all the way out, a little bit wider. So what we're going to do here is lift the hands up over the head and back. So what I'm not doing is I'm not arching in my spine. I'm keeping the shoulders stacked over the hips, up and over, and up and over. You should feel like as you move right through there, you should feel some stickiness in the shoulders. You feel that?
Yeah, we can go tighter.
Yeah, if you want to go tighter, just draw the hands together closer on the strap. When you start compensating like this is what we want to avoid. If the strap is too close together in the hands, you're going to do this to compensate and pull forward. What I want you to do is make sure that this is happening. Nice and slow. No matter what hands are on.
So keep your back rounded and your core squeeze.
Yep, the core engaged. You actually want your back straight. So rather than even rounded, you want it straight, shoulder stacked right over the hip.
Oh.
Yeah. This is called shoulder flossing. It's really good for the shoulders. One of those that you'll get every day. This is one that even just doing 4 or 5 reps of this is something that's so good to do every day. Bring those hands up, bend over, bring the strap forward, and then we'll let it come out to the side and come back to that table. Hands readjust, realign so that the fingertips come inward, raise the middle fingers together, and then rotate those fingers towards the top of the mat. Then tuck the toes, come back to our down dog, press the hips back and up. Nice. Then I want you to inhale, bring this left heel to the left butt. We're not taking a 3-legged dog with the leg all the way back up. We're just pulling the left heel towards the left butt, as if you're squeezing a tennis ball between the quad and the calf.
That's hard.
It is hard. Pull that knee as high as you can. Keep those shoulders pressing back. And then we're going to snap this left leg to the outside of the left hand, activating through the abs. Yeah, lots of hip flexor and ab strength there. We're going to come into a lizard lunge. So before you lower that back knee, just take a moment here to let gravity settle the hips. Make sure that the left knee is stacked right over the left ankle. And just kind of press forward and back on those toes with the heel, and then lower that right knee down. So take a moment to align. Ooh, it looks like Maggie's here.
Hey, Maggie.
Yeah. Hey, Maggie. How's it going? Leonard and I are just doing some yoga. If you want to join us, our left foot is on the outside of the left hand. Yeah. The right knee is settled down to the mat. Left, so it goes left foot, left hand, and then right hand. Hands are right beneath the shoulder. Chest is pulling through. We're trying to keep that chest open. Even though we're kind of crunched, we might be a little closed off here. We're trying to pull that heart center through, gaze forward. If you want, find some rocks left and right, opening up the hips. Leonard, do you feel this one? I know you weren't feeling the other one that we were doing. Oh, you're on mute now. I can't hear you, but give me a thumbs up. Is this one working? Yes, good. Cool. You just have open hips, that is all. So I want you to keep this right hand down. I want you to bring this left hand to the top of the left thigh. So I don't want you to press on this knee joint. I want you to come to the top of the thigh And kind of encourage this left knee forward and out, coming onto the edge of the left sole of the foot. Again, it's important we don't press right on that left knee. That left leg can sway a little bit out. Those shoulders stay pulling open, heart center pressing through. Now we'll bring that left hand back down to the mat. Bring that left sole of the foot back flat to the mat. Tuck the back toes. Press the heel away to lift that back knee. And I want you to dome through the shoulders here. So we're activating the abdomen. We're closing the ribs together, knitting them together on the front of the body. Already you're going to feel weight out of that left foot lifted. From here, keep that left knee where it is. Just tuck that left heel to the butt. Then press it back to a down dog. Walk out that dog. Knees are bent, shoulders are pressing back, hips back and up. But now from here, we're going to take that same, we're going to take that same ripple from down dog to our table before we take the other side. So bend into those knees, come high to the tiptoes, then ripple forward. Imagine a string connecting to the middle vertebrae of the back, rippling up and over, forward, bend those knees down to the mat, and take those hips back towards the heels. Stretching out the feet, the toes, and ripple back up a little bit if you have to readjust those feet. Press the hips back and up, back into our down dog. Feet are pedaling out. From here, I want you to pull that right heel towards the right butt. This is activation through the hamstring. And then we're going to pull that right knee up and back. So rather than pulling the heel, we're pulling that knee as open as we can pull it. Then from here, we're going to ripple forward, hovering this right foot to the outside of the right hand, coming into lunge on the other side. It's okay if you have to heel toe adjust to get there. I want you to take a moment just to pad into that right foot, maybe bending and straightening that right leg a little bit. Letting gravity help you settle in your hips here. Make sure that that right knee is right over the right ankle, left ankle right over the left toes. And then we're gonna lower that left knee. Important to make sure alignment is there before we crash down with gravity so that we're not crunching in any of the joints. So take this swaying left and right in the hips. Shoulders, chest is opening forward. And then bring that knee, that right knee, if you're swaying it back and forth, bring it back up towards the sky, right in line with the right shoulder. Keep this left hand down, take the right hand to the top of that right knee. Again, not on the inside of that right knee, top of the thigh, pulling that knee away from the hip joint, pressing it forward, and then gently splaying it out to the outside edge of the right foot. Good. Inhale and exhale. Open the heart center forward and over to that right side, making sure those shoulders aren't crouching too close to the ears. Pull them down and away. And bring that sole of the foot back to the mat. Let that right hand come down to the mat. Tuck the back toes. Notice where the right knee is. It's right near that shoulder. I want you to tuck the back toes, press the heel away, engage through the abdomen, dome through the shoulders, contract the abdomen, knitting the ribs together on the front of the body. Then from here, I want you to lift that right heel towards the right butt and step it back to a down dog. Lots of compression in the hip flexor and the abdomen there. Pat out the feet. looking up to God, left and right. Again, come to the tiptoes, ripple through the spine, bringing those knees all the way down, table, and untuck the toes, coming back into a hero. Shoulders stack over the hips. Now, if you want this variation of hero, you can walk your hands back and get a stretch in the quads. If your quads are open, you might not feel this. If you don't, you can bring your butt down between the heels. And then you can pull down to your forearms, your elbows, and then maybe even come down to your back. Now, if you feel any discomfort in the knees as you adjust through those variations, I want you to stop. I don't want you to feel any pain in the knees there. It might feel really good to come down to the back. It might not. You don't want pain. You want zero pain, especially in a class where we're restoring and working out kinks. Feel very therapeutic rather than challenging in Thursday's class. Wherever you are, make sure you're breathing. Maybe even close your eyes, take a moment to escape from whatever this day has been for you. Whatever's happened can't be redone. Whatever's gonna happen in the future is gonna happen. So just enjoy this moment, not worrying about the past or the future, just so wherever you are, if your head is down on the mat, rested with your back on the mat, I want you to the first step is to tuck that chin to the chest. It might not seem like a whole lot of effort now, but if we let the head rock back as we tilt up, it's gonna strain that neck. So keep the chin to the chest, then come back to the forearms, the elbows, keeping the chin to the chest. Activate the abdomen, and then press through the hands, coming back up, shoulders stacked over heels. And then if you can from here, just pull those knees into the chest. If you have to adjust and kind of scoot those feet out to one side, that's okay too. We're gonna come back to Baddha Konasana, the soles of the feet together. We're gonna create a little prayer hands, or a little prayer pocket. So interlace the pinky, the ring, and the middle finger. Pointer finger and thumb are still extended. From there, I want you to open. It's kind of like, I think of it like a pocket bread or something. It's like you can open it up and there's like a little pocket there, but your pointer and your thumb are open. From there, I want you to tuck those around your toes and pull your chest forward. You're trying to get length in the spine, straightening through the crown of the head. You're also getting a lean forward. Good, so shoulders are pulling away from the ears, pulling ourselves forward. Those elbows can rest on the inner thighs, opening the legs wide, getting a stretch in the adductors. And then if you've had it and you're done with the effort here, you can drape over, letting those hands release. But if that grip on the feet feels really good and you're enjoying it, feel free to stay there. And you can just bow the head down towards the toes with the hands still on the feet. And wherever you are, imagine restacking one by one until everything is stacked on top of each other, shoulders on top of hips. Then take the hands to the outside thighs, gently bring the knees together. I know I'm going over a little bit here because we started a little late. So I'm fine. I just want to let you guys know it's past 5:15 if you have somewhere to be. We're gonna rock down and do some twists to close out before Shavasana. So I just want to make you guys aware of that. So we're gonna rock down on the spine, hands behind the legs. Massage out the spine. And let them come into the chest slowly, round down to a flat back. And tuck the knees into the chest. Let that left leg come long. Hands to the top of that right shin. Inhale, chin towards, or knees towards, the right knee comes towards the chin. On our inhale, the exhale, we compress it over to the right side into wind removing pose. Massaging out the intestines, digestive organs. Are compressing into the sides if we have newspapers between the elbows and the sides of the body. And from here, I want you to bring the left hand to the outside of the right leg. Right hand comes out into a T. Right knee crosses over the left body, coming into a full spinal twist. Gaze drops over to the right hand. That right shoulder, acknowledge if it's off of the mat. To pull that right shoulder back down to the mat while you're continuing to twist that right leg over to the left side. Good. While we're here, I want you to not move anything but bend at that right knee. Right toes tap the left knee, and we rock up towards the sky again. Tuck the knees into the chest. Right leg extends. Take it into wind removing pose on the other side so that left knee is pulling up towards the chin and compressing over to the left side. Wind removing pose. Then we're going to take this hand, this right hand, to the outside of the left leg. Left hand comes out into a T. Gaze can drop over to the left side. The left knee is pulling over to the right. Then we're going to bend just at that left knee, bringing the left toes to tap the right knee. Come back to a flat back. Left hand to left knee, right hand to right knee, tucking both knees into the chest. And then we're going to extend out into a Shavasana. So feet come long, hands come wide on either sides of the mat. And close our eyes. We'll take a shorter vinyasa than usual, so that I'm not holding anyone up, but keep those eyes closed for just a moment and take a body scan. Moving from head to toe, trying to find any tension or sensation or anything, stress. Something that you can release, that you're holding on to that you don't need to hold on to. Move all the way down the hips and the legs, all the way through to the ankles and the feet and the toes. And then keeping the eyes closed. Slowly, like moving through honey, I want you to tuck those knees up over to the right side. So the right hand tucks underneath the head. Left arm just comes up and over. Left shoulder stacks over the right. Coming into a fetal position. From our fetal, we're going to press that left hand into the mat. Press all the way back up, keeping the eyes closed if we can. Come to an easy seat. Legs are crossed, hips are grounded, shoulders stack over the hips. Take a moment, tap into the body. Practice mindfulness and just notice how you feel. Notice if there's still something that you're carrying from the beginning of practice to now that can be let go with our exhale. We'll reach those arms out and up, coming overhead in prayer and exhaling hands to heart center. Thank yourself for practicing tonight, even if it was just for a little bit. You made it to your mat. Congratulations. We'll finish with one communal breath, inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the mouth. Namaste. Thank you so much for practicing with me. Looks like we lost Leonard, but